Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar are protesting in Delhi today against the centre's quote-unquote financial injustice. Tomorrow, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan plans to protest against the centre for the same reason, and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin has extended his party's support to Pinarayi. Even as the South states are protesting against the centre's fiscal management, TheFederal spoke to Finance Secretary TV Somanathan. Here's what he thinks about the agitation of the states.
I can't explain why people are complaining, but I can explain that as far as the Finance Ministry is concerned, our releases of funds under devolution are strictly based on the accepted recommendations of the last Finance Commission. The Finance Commission has discussions with central government, state governments, all other stakeholders, and arrives at a set of recommendations. Whatever they recommend as vertical devolution, which is the share of central revenues which is to be passed on to states, we adhere to. They also give a percentage of that which is to be given to each state, we adhere to that. We have adhered to it scrupulously every month, every quarter. We have not deviated one paisa from what that formula is. As regards centrally sponsored schemes, again, each scheme has a sharing pattern. It's on a 60-40 basis for most of the states. The allotments are made by ministries based on the circumstances of different states. That is not based on a formula. Again, there is no restriction on release. There may be cases where some state has not met certain conditions or where there is some audit objection which may not be released, but I am not in a position to comment on those. As regards so all I can say is our releases are based on accepted Finance Commission guidelines. We do not delay anything. We pass on the devolution every month on time. As regards Finance Commission grants, the grants which are unconditional are always passed on time. The grants which are conditional are passed on once the conditions are met. These conditions are also prescribed by the Finance Commission. There is a purpose for these conditions because the Commission feels that certain reforms have to be undertaken by the states in the interest of the people of those states. For example, they are insisting in this 15th Finance Commission that local body grant should not be given to a local body if it has not prepared and audited its accounts. Now, if a local body is not preparing its accounts or not auditing its account, what does it mean? It means the public's money is not being properly accounted for. Is it worth giving a grant to a local body which is not accounting for its money? Is it not a waste of public funds? This is the view of the Commission. So the Commission has insisted on certain conditions for many of its grants. When that condition is met, the money is released promptly. So there are no delays. Now, what should be the Finance Commission's recommendation? One can of course have different views. I know that there is a view that money which is collected in the south is being redistributed to other parts of the country. It's a complex issue. I don't want to comment on it. It's also a political issue. I am a civil servant, so I wouldn't want to make any political comment. But I would say the following. Number one, it is not easy to calculate what is the revenue that actually belongs to the economy of a particular state. I can give you the example of State Bank of India. It has 20,000 bank branches spread all over the country. But it files its income tax return only in Bombay. Now, can we say that the income tax earned in Bombay of State Bank of India belongs to Maharashtra? You can't say that. The income is distributed all over the country. So there are calculational difficulties, number one. Number two, it is also a fact that if you apply a principle that what is collected must be given to the place of collection, it will create a lot of problems if this principle is applied uniformly. I used to be Commissioner of Commercial Taxes in Tamil Nadu. The majority of commercial tax in Tamil Nadu is collected from only two districts, Chennai and Coimbatore. If we decide that all money must go back to Chennai and Coimbatore, is that good for Tamil Nadu? Is that good for the people of Tamil Nadu? Can we say that only people in Chennai and Coimbatore are responsible for the collection which happens in Chennai and Coimbatore? So these are very difficult questions. And lastly, in a federation, the Finance Commission takes many things into account. They look at population, they also look at collection, then they look at forest cover, they look at multiple indicators. But in essence, it's a federation where some amount of redistribution is normal in any federation. Whether this is the correct amount of redistribution or not, whether greater weightage should be given to some other criterion, that's an open question. It's a legitimate question also. Nothing wrong in this question. It should be taken up, and there are methods in our country for resolving these issues.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.